Hey,
Hey y'all,
what's going on?
Danae in the Wood here
Yeah,
with a line for
line for
life.
life.
So listen, the other day I was asking my hubby here, what I asked you, I said,
Is
does he
marriage hard?
still think marriage is, well not does he still think, but do you think marriage is hard? Because I was asking myself that question too. Because I remember like earlier on in our marriage, I was like, man, marriage is so hard. I ain't nobody tell me, like, what is this crap? I don't think I'm cut out for it. Just all of that. But just recently, as I've been just thinking about our marriage and how far we've come, I realized that it's not so much that marriage is hard,
It's only hard when you don't work on it.
right? That's what it
It's some
is. It
challenge. It's
takes
challenging.
work.
Yeah, it takes work.
It does take work. And I was telling him, well, we were talking about how it was kind of like if you're trying to cut down a tree, and if you're trying to use a butter knife, that crap is going to be
It's definitely
very,
gonna be
very hard.
very hard.
Very hard. But once you get the right tools, get the right, yep,
And so it's not hard, but it can be challenging.
yeah,
And when you don't want to grow or you want it a certain way, it's gonna seem like it's hard. But I don't see anybody complaining when they get a paycheck that their work was hard after they get a check. You know, they might complain and gripe all the way up to payday. You know,
then you get that reward
that's
of your
it.
labor.
Then you get the reward. So that right there, that laugh, that smile, that's my reward a lot. You know, when we've gone through some challenges and everything, is that we can sit back and laugh. One thing I've seen, and since we talked about, is if we're not open, to listen, we're not open to growth. If we just want to cut things off, like even when you were single or previously married, that is, if you were in a different relationship and you think, okay, I'm gonna shut off this and this is never gonna happen to me again, you close yourself off to giving out love and receiving love, or receiving whatever you are trying to shut out.
Yeah.
If you shut the door, you can't get out or in. So you got to open it at some time or another. So
And even you were talking about being open to growing and changing.
right.
I remember like there were points earlier in our marriage where, I mean, to be honest, there were some times when I kind of felt like I was under attack. It wasn't under attack, but I just didn't see some of the things that I was doing.
Right.
And when you don't see some of the things that you may be doing, and then you feel like the other person's pointing it out, you feel like you might be under attack, and then all your guards and stuff go up. So you're not open anymore. You're not open to be able to see yourself. And then it wasn't until the point, like you said, that did become open, and I started kind of letting my guards down and being open to like, man, do I do that for real? Do I really do that bad?
My In the beginning, you was like, "Well, you saying it, but I don't see it that way."
I don't do that.
I don't do that. It's like, do I do that? No, I don't do that. Instead of saying, do I do that? Let me see if I do that, and start paying attention to what's going on. Same thing when you was pointing things out with me. I was like, okay, I was a little bit more open at times. There were certain things that were non-negotiables, but there were a lot of things that was like, I'm learning. I'm learning about you. I'm learning about, us together. I'm learning about who I am now, in this relationship as opposed to, my previous,
The past lifetime.
yeah, previous,
So yeah.
married or whatever. So
So being
that's it.
open, being willing,
Definitely got to be willing.
gotta be willing.
If you're not willing, it's gonna be a rough road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough road for you because you're unwilling to change. Period.
Yeah.
So time is gonna constantly move and things are gonna constantly change, but you're not. So anything when time and change is happening, it's dying.
Yeah.
Either you're growing or you're
Either
dying.
you're growing or you're dying.
Yeah,
That's
it.
right.
And so when you're not willing to do anything, you're dying. Everything's gonna pass you by.
Just a little bit of
Opportunities.
willingness could take you a long, long way.
Huge.
Because for me, it was like my learning how to be an honest, better communicator with
Absolutely.
you, being
Yeah.
able to express my feelings to you honestly, and not be worried about, well, what's he gonna think, or well, I just want to tell him what I think he wants to hear.
That's exactly.
Different
Now, I was
things
gonna
like
say
that.
you weren't concerned about what I thought really. You had already thought out what I was gonna say, how I'm gonna react, and all that other stuff, and then would put the words in my mouth. And I was like, I wish you wouldn't do that. Well, you should have did this, and you were shitting all over me. That's what was happening. And I was just like, look, this is mess, and you wouldn't give me an opportunity to truly communicate what I felt, because you've done it already. You have thought for you, you've thought for me, what I should say, and we all do it.
Yeah.
Vice versa, based on either interaction we had the last time or in something previous, relationship previous. It
Based
was
on a previous experience.
Yeah, and not this circumstance and this individual right here, this time, this day.
Yeah.
I don't care if it happened yesterday or 15 minutes ago. Let's talk about this right now.
Right.
And say, hey, like we're learning in this Love and Respect book, and going over, that seemed a little disrespectful. To me, it felt a little disrespectful. You were like, oh, okay, no, I didn't mean it that way. Or you say, hey, I'm saying something, you say, oh, that felt a little unloving. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I didn't mean it that way. Well, let me see if I can restate or say it with a little bit more caring or tact.
Yeah.
And my struggle in the beginning was I was very direct on some things, and you couldn't take that. And I was just like, Lord, help me be fruitful in kindness, in gentleness. If I'm supposed to constantly communicate in a way that shows the fruit of the Spirit, sometimes my directness wasn't kind or it wasn't gentle. So those are the things that I worked on.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there, the willingness. So instead of you trying to control me and make me want to respond in the way he wanted me to respond, or vice versa, I had to be willing to work on me. I had to be willing to say, you know what, I am really bad at, honestly communicating to him what I need him to know. So I'm going to work on that. And it took me time to do it, but I was willing. I was willing to work on me and not be worried about him, and vice versa.
I don't think neither one of us came in trying to control each other. What I did,
I was trying to control some of our situation.
Yeah, the outcome.
Trying to control the outcome.
The outcome and how things should work out.
Yeah, because we all have this perceived picture in our mind with how things, or how we expect them to be, or how we desire them to be. And it's like you want to move toward that, but sometimes you can't control how you move toward it, But
like, you didn't tell me how to wash dishes. To me, if you like, look, the water's not hot enough, you need to put this much mud, suds in it, go from left to right, then that's controlling.
Right.
And some people are to that fact. Oh, you didn't cut that right, you didn't do this right, you should have used this knife and that knife, because a couple times I did the little knife thing. Then you losing the fillet knife on, some rocks or something.
Serious about his knives.
Yes, I am. A fillet knife is you're supposed to find, especially when I want to fillet some things, like a chicken breast or a fish. You need that. And then some things you was using on was like dulling it. So,
hey, if it's sharp and it cuts the fruit,
but all I got to do is resharpen. Right. All I got to do is resharpen. Right.
Yes.
That's it. So
yeah.
So basically, we talked about being open,
being
willing, and communicating honestly.
Yeah, communicating honestly. That'll help you. It'll help you work towards winning.
Yeah, because marriage is not hard.
We are winning.
Yeah. Winning. It's challenging, but that's the one thing we used to say in the beginning. Life is not hard. You hear a lot of people that, like, whether they're Christian or believers or however you want to say it, they say life is hard. I don't believe that. Deep down in my core, having lost, parent,
circumstances.
And it's the circumstances are hard,
can be very hard.
Very hard. But life is not hard. Life,
you got the breath of life still in you. That's hope.
Yeah. Every day I can get up and say, oh, man. Good morning.
Yep. Good morning.
That's good stuff. That starts my day. And it just added one more day to me.
Yes.
So.
All right, y'all. We just wanted to share a little bit of some of the conversations we've been having.
Absolutely.
And just share it with y'all.
Love y'all.
All right. It's never
Line
pointless.
For life, never pointless. We'll work on that togetherness on that ending.
See y'all
Love
later.
y'all.
Take care.
Peace.